In this episode, we're going to share 4 words that are stopping many people from following their passions.
And I'm going to try to get laid on Tinder.
But first, roll the intro.
We're creative weirdos on a mission to make personal growth fun.
Every week, we create videos to help you become happier through the ups and downs of life.
We're Stan Rach, and this is Soul Ride.
Woo!
Do well in school, follow the rules, graduate from a top college, play it safe, be realistic, just get a good paying job. Okay, hold on. Why? You'll make money, you'll get a nice house, a car, build a family, and you'll be happy.
Alright, I don't know about you guys, but that advice never really made much sense to us. I mean, why would somebody else be in charge of designing our ideal life?
It will make us happy. Really? Because that's not what the stats seem to say.
Studies show that 85% of people worldwide hate their jobs.
That's nuts. That's 850 million people going to work unhappy every day. That's almost the size of the entire US population, times 3. And the crazy part is how much of our life we spend at work. Let's pretend your life is inside this jar. Okay, let's consider your active years from the time you were 25 to the time you are 65. The average person works for 40 years in their lifetime. If you sleep 8 hours a day, about 14 years go away from sleeping. That leaves us with 26 years of being awake. In those 26 years, we spend 10 years at work, not considering the time commuting and the time thinking about work. If you were to add the average commuting time, you would spend almost 1/2 of your prime time at work. And for 85% of people, that time is hated.
Our question is, why are so many people unhappy at work?
And why do so many people not follow their passions?
We believe there are 4 words that shed light on why so many people struggle to leave their unhappy jobs. Want to take a guess? We'll give you a hint. It's actually a question. Made up of 11 letters, and you've probably been asked it 1,000 times.
If you guessed how old are you, then well done. That's totally wrong. Obviously, that's not the answer. The actual question is, what do you do? Okay, let's run through a typical scenario. You're at a party, you meet someone new, you shake hands, or fist bump, or whatever you cool kids do. You introduce yourself, maybe some small talk, and in no time, you're asked, so what do you do? It seems like an innocent question, but once you scrape away its cheap gold plating, you find a series of inquisitions lurking beneath the surface. What we're actually subconsciously asking is, how much money do you make? What is your socioeconomic status? And based on that status, where do I fall on the ladder compared to you? Am I above you? Below you? How should I judge you? Are you worth my time?
The truth is, we all know we're being judged when we're asked this question, so we want to answer with something that's impressive, something that sits high on society's ladder.
Sorry about the squeaking.
We all want to look good, and we don't want to be looked down upon.
The problem is, we end up making career choices to impress other people, just to get that sense of validation. And in the process, we forget about what makes us truly happy.
Now, to test this theory, we're going to do a little experiment using Tinder.
I wasn't joking about using Tinder.
Here's the idea. So we're going to use the same guy, same pictures, same age. The only difference is going to be the job title. We're going to use one desirable job and one undesirable job, but passion-based.
And desirable and undesirable based on what society deems desirable and undesirable.
And then we're going to swipe yes on 100 people and test how many of the matches come back.
And you might be wondering why I'm doing this and not Rach. Well, we thought that our theory wouldn't really hold up knowing how a lot of guys scroll on Tinder. Alright, so we just joined Tinder, and I gotta say we built a pretty killer profile. Reminds me of back in the day when I first met Rach on Tinder.
Yeah, that was 5 years ago, guys. No.
What do you mean? What are you saying? Huh? That I was better 5 years ago? Or am I better now? What do you want? Anyways, we have Stefan A.
Stefan B.
It's pretty creative. You know how it is. Original, yet deceptive. Same picture, same name, same age, same everything. The only difference is Stefan A is an investment banker. Yeah. How much? 10 billion? Sell it. Sell it all.
Stefan B is a gardener.
Alright, that's me as a gardener. And by the way, we chose gardener not because it's the most undesirable job. We wanted to choose something that people might actually want to do out of passion, because we doubt that anybody would be a sewage worker or a manure inspector out of love for the craft.
So Stefan has just finished swiping on all the lucky ladies.
Take it easy on the bridge.
Anyways, we'll see how many matches they both get and see if our theory holds. Will it be Stefan the investment banker or Stefan the gardener? Let's see.
Oh, alright, it is the day after. And we still haven't checked anything, so this is gonna be our live reaction. Let's see if our theory holds. First one we're gonna check is Stefan A, the investment banker. Wow. So, out of 100 swipes, we have 9 matches.
Catfish!
I don't know what to say. And now your phone. Okay, let's see what the gardener did. Oh! Okay, there's definitely a difference. This man got 2.
3.
No, 2.
3. 2 new. What does that mean?
Huh?
Got a lot of numbers to calculate here.
Yeah, we should really make some mathematics calculation. Okay, this is actually kind of interesting. So, the investment banker got 9 matches and 9 messages, and Stefan B, the gardener, got 3 matches and 2 messages, and then the investment banker got 32 likes and the gardener got 23. So, the investment banker actually got 3 times the amount of matches compared to the gardener.
Even though we didn't get a huge amount of data, I think it still shows that, you know, what you do matters in terms of dating, at least.
There was definitely a difference. I mean, let's just say that I didn't get that many likes on either. But that's a whole other episode. The theory holds. The theory holds. But luckily I have love, so I don't need this or this. There's definitely a social stigma related to what you do, and it's definitely stopping a lot of people from following their passion. So I would say the theory holds. So if the question, what do you do, is so ingrained in our society, what can we do? So the first thing for us was to try and stop judging people for what they do. Every time we met someone new, instead of asking them what job they did, we started asking what their passions were. To be honest, the question, what do you do, still comes up at times. We can definitely improve. But the point is, we try to get to know the person and not the profession.
We noticed that once we started to judge others less, we started to free ourselves of the same judgment.
And as a result, we had more energy to understand what work genuinely made us happy, so that then we could actually build a plan and execute on it.
Keep in mind, you may not gain clarity on this straight away. I mean, it took me a couple years of questioning and trying different things out to really figure it out for myself. Okay, real talk. This question used to hold a lot of weight over me. Growing up, I used to crave my parents' approval so much. Like, all I wanted to do was make them proud. And that was at the core of pretty much all of my decisions that I made. So when university time came around, you best believe I wanted to make sure whatever job title I had would make them proud. So right after university, I jumped straight into a hospitality job. At first, I loved it. Like, genuinely, I really loved what I was doing. But it didn't take long for that gut feeling to start creeping in. Those little voices in my head started to say like, this isn't it. This isn't what I want to do. That scared the crap out of me, and I tried to push those thoughts and those feelings away as much as I could, but it just got to the point where I couldn't ignore it anymore. The only person that I opened up to about this was Ste. He really pushed me to just think for myself, ignore everybody else. What do I actually want to do? What actually makes me happy? Where do I see my future going? Stop living for everybody else and start thinking for yourself for once. Just that alone scared me. I was like, what the heck does that even mean? My parents, what would they think? What would my friends think? I even thought at one point, like, what would my mom's friends think of her because of my choices? Like, it was so... But at the end of the day, with a lot of thought and reflection, I built up the courage to just do it, to just quit. For once, have the courage of my own convictions and do what I knew was right for me, regardless of what everyone else was gonna say or think. It definitely was not easy. Like, I can't explain to you the hurt and pain and sadness that I felt the moment that I told my parents that I wasn't gonna choose that career path. Honestly, in the moment I kind of regretted it. This was 3 years ago now, and in hindsight it was the best decision I could have ever made for myself. I'm not trying to tell you that you have to do what I did. With this channel, we're not trying to tell you what's right or what's wrong. We just want to give you a bit of perspective, share our experiences with you, and hopefully inspire you to reflect on your own lives, dig deeper into understanding what makes you happy. So, our question to you is, if others' judgment didn't matter, what job would you do?
If it's something you guys are already doing, then amazing.
You made it. Congratulations. It's such a pleasure.
If not, why not start? As Gary Vee would say,
go do your thing. You're gonna die. You can always get another job. How are you not willing to take a step backwards because of other people's opinions and willing to ruin the next 47 years of your life? Take a step backwards to take a step forward for the rest of your life.
obviously you don't have to quit your job tomorrow. We know that's way too big of a risk for so many people, and we understand. But you can start step by step, starting with just taking some time to reflect, building something on the side, whether it's the weekends or at the end of the day, and just try to make your happiness your priority. If you're one of those 85% of people, think about what you can do now to start to live your life. I mean, really live your life in a way that maximizes your happiness. Because chances are, you won't do that spending 1/2 of your life at a job you hate. That's it for this week. We have a new sign off.
I'm totally ready.
Rach, say it. Say it. Say the sign off. Say the sign off.
Dare to be happy.
This maybe will stick, maybe not. We'll see. We like it because happiness is... No, I'm just... No. Anyways, see you next week.